Hi, everybody. Welcome to weeks 5 and 6, and we're now ready to dig into Module 3. Module 3 is going to focus on questioning, and there are a variety of components to this module. Wanted to make sure everybody had some additional information about this module, which will culminate in a more formal paper as the assignment. This will need to be an APA format, and I'll go more deeply into that a little bit later. So let's look at the to-do list for Module 3. You'll be doing some reading, you'll be looking at some videos, and then finally you will be submitting your discussion board and then doing some research and review of articles on effective questioning, culminating in a 2 to 3 page paper on the review of the literature regarding that effective questioning. About the last slide of this announcement, I'll go more deeply into the APA formatting and what a review of the literature entails. So let's look at your discussion posting. Make sure that you have read these instructions of what the guiding questions are about the discussion. And then if you'll notice the red arrow, making sure that you respond to at least 2 other peers as part of your discussion. This semester, everything is due at the same time. So everything is due every other week or on the second week of the module. And if you want to push your discussion posting a little earlier, that would be great in that it gives others time to respond to you and your time to respond to others. And I think that could be very helpful to you. So kind of think about that. But do remember to respond to at least 2 other peers. This semester I am grading the discussion postings using a rubric. I think you may have seen the rubric. Hopefully you've clicked on that. The one category of the rubric actually focuses on that response to 2 other peers. If you do not make those responses, it does actually deduct 20% from the total of the value of that discussion. So you don't really want to sacrifice those points. Make sure that you do respond to others. And again, no response, a single posting results really in a speech as opposed to a discussion. So keep that in mind. So let's plan for the assignment. For a period of several days, you're going to keep a written record of the kinds of questions you are asking. Kind of write down what questions that you've portrayed to your class. Look at the questions then that you have written down and kind of look at them as sort them into categories of either higher level questioning or lower level questioning. If you are not familiar with Bloom's taxonomy, you should really kind of look into that on your own time. If you are not familiar with the Webb's depth of knowledge or DOK levels, you really should look at that as well. That's going to really inspire your ability to ask higher order questioning. And I think the more research shows that the higher order questioning really produces higher level thinking amongst your students. Then you're going to research 3 scholarly articles on effective questioning and then write a literature review on that literature that you have discovered. Finally, this is going to be the assignment. So your paper is going to be 2 to 3 pages long, not including a title page or the reference page. So it's 2 to 3 pages of actual text, plus a title page, plus a reference page. You're going to be looking at scholarly sources. The instruction says that are less than 5 years old. In the past couple of years, some folks have had a hard time finding enough scholarly articles that are really less than 5 years old. If you run into one that's a little bit older, but it is still germane to the subject and you feel that it speaks to you, go ahead and use it, but try to find more current stuff if you at all can. Finally, we're going to be really strict about the APA formatting. Um, Dr. Anderson put out a message about that, that graduate level writing should be in APA format, and that you should be looking strictly at how to cite within text and then how to write an appropriate reference page at the end. I also have some links for you. So, or what is a review of the literature? Because I think that that's an important component. So, there's the pieces of a review and some samples at the link that I provided. Uh, there's two different links for review of literature. Then there are two different links for APA formatting. One is the one that Dr. Anderson put in an email that was sent to all of you at the end of last week. And then the other is the Purdue OWL. The Purdue OWL encapsulates concise information about APA format, and I think that will be really helpful and useful to you. I will put these links within another announcement so that all you have to do is click on the link as opposed to trying to copy them into another format. So I will prepare that for you, and I think that will be helpful. Um, Again, make sure that your writing is academic in nature. Make sure that you're using scholarly sources and citing them appropriately. Make sure you look at that APA formatting to make sure you're doing that right. And then your reference page, make sure that you set that up correctly. I've seen a lot of mistakes with the reference page. Because it is counterintuitive that we would not indent the first uh, that we would not indent the first line of the text and then indent subsequent lines, but make sure that you're looking at how that really looks and what is the correct order of the sources that you're using. If you're using author last name, if you're using the title of the article, so kind of look at those pieces within that APA reference, and I think you will find the answers that you need for those things. Let me know if you have questions along the way. This is going to be a little more formal than some of the writing that we've had you do over the last semester and this semester, but don't freak out. Just if you run into a snag, just let me know and I'll get back to you with an answer, and I think you'll be just fine. Okay, have a great week, and we'll talk later.